Alright, so you're attacked. Well, automatically you failed the color test created by Jeff Cooper, which is white, you're oblivious. You should have been in condition yellow. You were in condition white. You were oblivious to the situation. If you'd have been in condition yellow, you would have seen trouble coming, and you could have went the other way. The color scale goes white is oblivious, yellow is aware, orange is alert, which means that you know something's about to happen, and you're actively trying to avoid that type of situation. Then red, you're engaged into a combat situation, and then condition black is you've basically been overwhelmed. Now that applies in several different things in combat, but in the point of this video, basically you want to get yourself into condition yellow. At all times, you want to be looking for the possibility of an attack. Now it's not being paranoid, it's just keeping your eyes open and pay attention to what's going on around you. It's kind of like you're driving a car. When you first start driving a car, you're focused on learning how to, a manual transmission, you're learning how to shift the gears and how to work the levers and what all the stuff does in the car. And that's where you start out, where you begin your journey in self-defense. And then, as you learn to drive the car, you start making sure that you can keep the car on the road. So, once you know something's wrong, you know that you may come in contact, you make the decision, you get the mindset that you need to be prepared. Then you go to training, and you take martial arts of some sort or another, boxing, whatever you decide to take that's a legitimate method of self-defense. Then you have to gain awareness. You have to be prepared to look out for other drivers on the road, just like you're driving that car. Now you're not the problem because you're able to defend yourself, but you've got to look out for other people out in the street that'll try and harm you, or situations that you might get in that's above your training level. If you see 3 people walking down the street and they look like they have bad intentions, before you get to them, it's time to go. If you go into a biker bar wearing a cowboy hat and there's 40 bikers in there, it might be prudent to turn around and go somewhere else. Because it doesn't matter who you are, you can't whip 20 or 30 people. It just doesn't work that way. Most people couldn't whip 2 people or 3 people. But even if you can handle yourself, you should have the sense to see that, hey, I've stepped into something here. Now I need to back up. So going forward on that, after you gain that awareness, and you are aware, and you're able to drive that car down the road, and you're able to know where not to go with the car, the next thing that comes into play is you need to be able to look long down the road. You want to be able to extend your vision down the road so that you can see things coming before it even starts. You can tell something bad is about to happen. And that's what Condition Yellow is about. Developing skills so that you can tell something is about to happen before it even starts to happen. So that you never step into something like that. It just seems like that you're in the right place at the right time, but never in the wrong place at the right time. And so that's what you need to look towards. You need to look towards avoiding dangerous situations. That's the first step of being aware. Avoid dangerous situations. Also, you can use everything in your environment to your advantage. If you see these 3 guys walking down the street, and it looks like they're going to give you some trouble, cross to the other side of the street. You're using distance as an advantage. If you see trouble coming, walk into a crowded store. There's a lot of people around. You're not likely to be attacked when there's a lot of people around and the lights are really bright. In dark places and alleys and stuff like that, that's where people get attacked. They don't get attacked in the middle of the store at Walmart or shopping at their local grocery store unless someone decides to rob the place. And if you are in a situation where someone tries to rob the place, you need to become small and inconspicuous and appear to be like paint on the wall. And if it comes necessary for you to defend yourself or defend someone else, then you need to act. But you don't need to try to be Joe Rambo, because that's not going to work in real life. In real life, 2 or 3 people will beat the crap out of you. So you want to remain in that condition yellow at all times and just avoid conflict. That's something that's not talked about very much on the internet. But if you avoid conflict and you don't associate with people and go bad places and do bad things with bad people, you won't have any problems. Thanks.